How's it, folks? My name is BINX, also known as the African Bee, and I am a South African artist and producer. Today we're going to be talking about Spotify Wrapped 2022. It is finally here. We've all been wondering, when is the day coming? And today is the day, the 30th of November 2022. We just received our Spotify Wraps. And of course, I went onto social media this morning thinking no one would have posted their Wraps yet, but it is wild. Everyone left and right are posting their Spotify Wraps. Now, I'm so curious to dive into this topic today. I want this to be a collaborative conversation because these are thoughts that have gone through my mind, being an artist, being a producer, and I'm so curious how other artists feel. I would love to open up this conversation, open up the floor to the artists, the independent artists out there. Oh, I'm seeing a cat walking by, so cute. And I want to just find out from all of you how you feel about Spotify Wrapped. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it just nothing, just sort of in between? Because I've had an experience of feeling both positive feelings towards Spotify Wrapped and negative feelings towards Spotify Wrapped. So this is what drove me to do this video today, because I want this conversation to be out in the open so that we can just normalize all of the Spotify Wrapped and touch on some questions about it. So first of all, let's start with the positive, because I think that, there really hasn't been anything like Spotify that we've seen in this day and age, and for independent artists where they have been able to pitch their music and possibly get editorial placements and just different opportunities to promote your music, to see insights, how to better promote your music, where to tour, all of those different factors. So Spotify has definitely been that driving tool. There's a lot of platforms now that we can do all of these amazing things with. And as Spotify has continued to grow, it definitely becomes more and more competitive as more music keeps being uploaded to these platforms on a daily basis. So at the end of the year, Spotify does kind of like I guess we could equate it to Christmas, a Christmas gift. So a Spotify Wrapped, where they kind of wrap all of or a holiday, let's say, not just Christmas, any sort of holiday where you're giving gifts or presents, that they kind of accumulate all of your streams, your playlists, your statistics, and they wrap them all up in a little package for you, and they deliver it to you to show you how your music performed throughout the year. Now, it has always been an exciting thing because artists don't always look at those kinds of statistics throughout their year. They're focusing on other things like performing, putting out new music, typing in metadata, all of the things. Artists are so busy doing millions of different things, wearing different hats, being on social media. There's a lot to it. So when Spotify Wrapped comes along, it's very exciting to see your progress, your growth, and where you could improve in the next year, and kind of just break it down and see what worked, what didn't work, and see if there's something that you learned that's good for marketing for next year. Now, I've enjoyed seeing my Spotify Wraps, but I would be lying if I said that in previous years I've definitely had feelings of reservations of not wanting to post Spotify Wrapped. So what I really want to find out is Spotify Wrapped doing good, or is it doing bad emotionally and mentally on artists? Because you come on social media and every artist left and right is posting their Spotify Wrapped. And while it can feel like this camaraderie of everybody sharing their music and being thankful and taking time to acknowledge people who have listened to their music, it seems like such a wonderful thing when everybody's sharing and thanking. But there's definitely been times as independent artists when you're first starting out and the numbers are not there yet, and you're still working on your way up. And there's this feeling of failure or not having reached where everybody else, and there's comparisons. It's the social media game, right? Where you hop on social media, you're comparing your vacation spots, you're comparing your bodies, your appearances, your achievements, your perfect relationships, because as we all know, this has been a highlight reel on social media, and people are becoming a lot more vulnerable and sharing a lot more personal things, which is normalizing that a little bit, but we've still got a very, very long way to go. Now, Spotify Wrapped is no different. It's kind of a place where where you can show off your numbers and But what I've found as well is, like, as empowering as it feels, especially as an independent artist, when you see that growth and you know how hard you've worked and you see growth, you want to share it, you want to scream it from the rooftops, because you feel like finally the needle is moving, your music is getting heard, and you feel proud of yourself, because artists work exceptionally hard. So when they do see that growth, it's natural to want to share. We all want to share. We're humans. We enjoy sharing. But where my heart aches a little bit is there's a lot of artists who are still growing. And I know that for myself personally, posting a Spotify Wrapped has been so daunting throughout the years previously, because the numbers were never there. And as much as they were growing so small, and I was always comparing myself to the different statistics. And that can be so deterring for an independent artist when you're comparing numbers, because there's so many different factors that go into that. And where I want to hear from you is it a good place to be sharing statistic and numbers all over social media, where artists come on and then they feel badly, maybe they give up music because of this, because they're comparing and they see they're not reaching those same milestones that everybody else is? Is it good to have these numbers where we're all focused on vanity metrics? And I mean, this conversation dives into all different social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Spotify streams, Apple Music streams, YouTube views, all the places where just metrics have just become this driving force in every industry, not just the music industry, in the film, TV, modeling. Numbers have become so significant. And I'm wondering if that is deterring people from actually staying creative and just putting out things because they enjoy it and because it feels good, and they're living their purpose and they're sharing their passion, and it's helping people by just sharing and living your truth and putting your music out there, because we're so focused on feeling bad or bragging about the numbers. Where's the happy medium? So this is kind of where I'm curious to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Spotify Wrapped is a healthy place to see those kinds of numbers? Does it help with marketing? Does it help with certain things? Or is it just a tool that can help make an artist feel deterred from wanting to continue putting out music? I'm so curious on your thoughts. Please let me know in the comments below. If you have any other questions, please share your Wrapped if you feel comfortable. And I want to kind of end with this positive note about the Spotify Wrapped. Perhaps if there were certain things that you were sharing on social media, such as your top listening countries, because there's no numbers involved. You're just kind of sharing your top cities, your top countries of people who have really supported your music this year. Perhaps the music personality listening type that your fans have. For example, mine was the adventurer. Those kinds of things seem fun and easy to share. But I do think it kind of also goes back to the whole, it's like, is this too much of a heavy topic? Are we looking too much into it about whether it's making or breaking the mental health? Is this just unnecessary talk? Is it kind of similar to where we can equate it to Mother's Day or Father's Day, when everybody's blowing up social media, thanking, sharing pictures of their moms or their dads, and people who've lost parents or loved ones, are feeling even worse, even more down, because everybody's sharing and they don't have, and there's this lack. So I'm curious what you think, if that's similar or if it's completely different because it's metrics, numbers. Let me hear your comments below. Make sure to add me at BINX Official on all social media platforms and BINX on streaming platforms. Go check out my music. I make pop music, and if you like it, make sure to subscribe, comment, like, follow, all the good things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!